Welcome to the Bacchanal Podcast, a fusion of hip-hop, comic books, video games, pop culture, all rolled up into one spectacular show. I'm your host, Akil, joined by my co-host,
Co-host. We're both pretty much equal in this thing.
Co-host means you have two hosts.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means? Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
You fucked up the whole vibe now, man.
Go ahead.
It's like trying to degrade me. I thought we're in this together. How you doing, Casey?
I'm good, man. Shit, I'm a little tired, man. Didn't have as much carbs today as I wanted.
Too bright. I gotta lower this. Okay, I'm
look like a doctor's got that light in your face.
I know.
They are. Check your tonsils.
Now spread your cheeks and lift your sack.
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
man.
Good. What are we talking about today? We got that. We're gonna do 2 reviews.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that Dave Chappelle special. Yep.
Yes, and the 5 Bloods on Netflix right now. We're gonna do a review of that. We're gonna do a spoiler-free, and then we'll get into full-blown conversation about that. I think that's a good idea.
All right, let's what you been up to? Casey's representing Toronto. I'm in North Carolina, so we're on the opposite ends of the globe right now, and
the same shit's going on everywhere.
Racism just keeps us together.
Racism's just getting stronger and stronger.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm good. Been running through these video games since this quarantine's been happening. I've been murdering through these games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Control. I beat that, deleted that right away because it pissed me off. Assassin's Creed, I kept that on. I'm gonna keep rocking with it. I beat Red Dead Redemption 2 finally.
Bullshit.
Amazing game. That gets the cook's kiss,
Whatever,
beautiful. Man. Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh God.
I get tuberculosis regardless of what I do in life.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Piss me off, man.
That's a little bit of a spoiler for people who didn't play it, but it's been how long? 2 years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, yeah, no, the game did get bottlenecked. It could have had a lot more opening of an ending.
It got too linear.
I think it had 4 different endings, but still they all go the same way. I think it could have, like the way it ended for me, I'm like, did he die? But
nah, he dead, man.
He dead.
I died when I played.
I got the good ending. I got the pretty good ending, so.
I got the good ending too, and I still died in the snow alone, and no one giving a shit about me.
Yeah, what's hard about that game though, like, when you hit pause on the game, that's like when someone takes a snapshot picture of you in it. That was hard. I like that little thing. And when you're doing the little loading screens or the transition scenes, it's showing the deer and the animal. That's like the last thing you see before what happens in the end. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty dope the way they've had that in the beginning. Since the whole beginning of the game, they've had that whole thing happening, but it becomes more and more apparent as you get near the end of the game. That's dope. Great storytelling, great, amazing details. It still has dumb mechanical problems that, like, I'll be just riding the horse and I'll go flying off the side of the cliff on the left. I'm like, I did not want that to happen. It has those weird issues, but still a beautiful game.
You think he got reincarnated as a deer? Like he's like Bambi now, just prancing around the woods as a deer?
For some reason, when you go back to the cross, he's reincarnated as like a eagle or something. I would have thought it'd been a deer that like runs off or something, but it's an eagle that's there on top of the thing, by the flowers. So I don't know why they did that, but
my second playthrough, I was a racist asshole.
So you're basically Bill.
Yeah. I made him fat and sloppy.
Does he actually get fat? Does he actually get fat?
Yeah, you get
shit.
Fat.
Okay, that's
you
hard.
Get fat.
See, I was saying to you before last week when we talked about this, I was like, if you took care of yourself, you got sleep, you ate proper, got your money right, it'd be dope if you beat out like tuberculosis or you avoid that sickness in some way. You know what I mean? I don't know the medical terminologies of how to conquer tuberculosis, but like it'd be dope if they had it. So, you took care of your character. This is the rarest of the rare endings. You know what I'm saying?
If you go on the vegan diet, you beat it.
Because so much you can do in that game. It's like this guy's eating like raw, like straight as healthy as possible meat that you can get. Deer, rabbits, that shit is healthy. And greens.
Man, I was a fat greasy bastard, man. And I didn't bathe.
Alcohol.
I wouldn't bathe, so they got mad at me and they like threw a bucket of water on me, like, you're nasty.
That's hilarious.
And they kicked me out the camp one time because I was so nasty smelling.
I didn't know all that could happen.
Yeah, man. You got to play it again as a
ruthless
man. Nah. That's
You
like,
can even just walk in the lake water and come back and you're clean again. I don't know.
don't have time for that. Bad
Most
man don't have time to rinse.
bad man now wash hands, eh?
Yep. I rinse myself in the blood of my enemies.
Yeah, man. So how you doing? How you been?
Doing good, man. You got to know when to disconnect, and I've been doing that. I've been staying off social media at times.
Yep.
I've been turning off CNN when I don't need to. I
Of
listened
course.
to that new J. Cole track though.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He was going in on somebody named No Name. I had no clue who that was because I haven't been on social media. They're like, "Oh, she's on Twitter," and I'm like,
Yeah, me too.
off that shit, man.
But like, who was it? That Chicago rapper, Chance the Rapper. He was dogging fucking J. Cole, and I'm like, I didn't hear the same song he heard, because it sounded like J. Cole was just saying, "Look, I'm not trying to be a leader. Like, I'm doing the best I can. I don't know how to move in this type of situation, to be honest." That's what I heard in the song. I didn't hear him dogging the girl or green lighting her like he was, like Chance was saying in the tweets. But yeah, I don't know. The song was great. Sounded great to me. Flow was great. The message was great.
I don't want to be a colorist. That sounds like some light skin energy right there, man.
Colorist?
Yeah, colorism, man.
Nah, man. Ja Rule said we're done with that. You didn't see Ja Rule's tweet today? Light skins, dark skins got to get it together.
Are we really listening to Ja Rule during a pandemic?
Hey, man, everybody seems like they're only taking shit seriously when these stupid celebrities have something to say.
It's like,
who gives a fuck if J. Cole is there or not? Like, it doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he went. That's good. No, there's no reason to be peer pressuring how anybody wants to go out there and put the message out. You know what I mean? And
I think this is a good segue though for Dave Chappelle. Let's get it,
man. So we're gonna get into this review of Dave Chappelle right now. So he welcomed everybody in. You know, did you see the beginning? They're like, "Oh, we got the seats out. It's all nice." All those people walking in like, "This is a nice exclusive we're getting. Oh, this is good." They're like, "Oh, come on in, park your car, get comfy. You're gonna have a good old time." And they're playing Tribe Called Quest, Stressed Out. That is not the party song to be playing.
Nope.
It's like, this mood is different in here. Oh, let's get our seat. Oh, I don't see no drinks, but that's all good. I'll get a little something, get comfy. Wood hard ass chairs out in the cold outside. And then he got it going. So let's get this review.
Dave Chappelle ambushed his white audience, because the black people, we knew what was up when we got there.
Yeah.
Because we heard that Tribe Called Quest, Stressed Out, like you said. The white audience is just like, "Oh, this is a different kind of vibe, but we're going to roll with it." And when he started talking,
like, come on in.
Dave gave them that warm welcome. Then he let them know, like, ain't no jokes, bitch. This is a town hall.
Yeah, he started it off smart too. He was like, "I was in LA and I felt an earthquake for 37 seconds." And he's like panicking. He thought he started from the inside. He thought he was going to die. And he's like, 37 seconds, he was panicking like he was going to die. 8 minutes and plus seconds, like 8:47, is it?
Yeah,
that
46.
Guy's, yeah, 8:46. He had the cop had his like leg on
knee on his neck.
That's insane. So he just perfectly articulated how insane that is to the audience that would look for Dave Chappelle for just jokes, just laughing and dancing on stage. Nope, he articulated that beautifully, and he went through it with his grandfather, and he told the story of all that. Oh my God, beautiful story, beautiful in the way he brought it all around, like how he usually does.
I like how he does the whole 360 with everything. How it all comes back to point one. I like how he told the story of the good cop, per se, that was doing the right thing, and he was trying. Yeah, that was trying to write up somebody, and then they, I think, fired him, and then he retaliated by just killing a bunch of police officers, and then 400 officers came and shot him up, and then like he related that to like George Floyd, like, how do you kill one of us and expect us not to retaliate? But this is just currently happening. Yeah. And I also liked how he like expressed his frustration of like the black community always having to explain racism and systematic racism and all these things happening to people who are either culturally clueless or just not listening. Because we had this discussion before, like, how do you listen to hip hop, like real hip hop, like the pain and the struggles that they talk about lyrically, and not know about racism going on?
Exactly. How are you still being like, are you serious? That's happening right now?
Really, bro?
what? It's like, get the fuck away from me.
Did you skip all of To Pimp a Butterfly? Like the whole album?
Yeah, it's like.
Did you skip all of NWA? Like what's going on? How do you not know that?
They're fully aware. They're just acting stupid. They're playing dumb.
Yeah, to me it's disrespectful and it's insensitive at this point. Yeah, like that's why I'm not going on other platforms who are culturally clueless, so I can explain things that have been happening
clueless.
That's been happening for hundreds of years.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, back to this review, man. I like that he did it in under half an hour, so it's fully digestible. You could watch it again and again and not feel like it's too long or too repetitive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good bite-sized length. It's not an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? So that I appreciated too. Anybody who is watching it to be like, oh, this is a comedy special, let's see where it's going, you're gonna be sitting there the whole time, like waiting for it to hit that note,
waiting for that punchline.
Yeah, and it's like, oh shit, he's only doing it like, it felt like he only did like a little joke that he thought of off the top, like every 8 minutes. Like he was like, okay, let me let you just breathe a little bit. I'll throw in Ja Rule in here, or I'll throw in that girl rapper from Interscope. I can't remember her name that he banged.
Azalea Banks.
Yeah, like he
allegedly.
Yeah, but she said it in like a blog post or something that they had sex, and like he was like, you got a big mouth, like Azalea Banks got that big mouth, or he would tell everybody, you know what I mean? So that was, he threw little parts in there, but like, yeah, he killed it, man. He's transcended and broke the ceiling of what he is as a comedian. He's another level, like, and he's an example of what people should be striving for when they're a comedian. This is like the other level of the other side of what they can do.
Yeah, it's the evolution of, not just nigga jokes. It's a discussion. It's kind of like where George Carlin, when he reached that point in his career, where it was comedy, but he was basically just talking to you. It was a conversational piece that'll make you think, and that's the type of comedy I like. I like where I could think, have a conversation. I just don't want to hear fart jokes and titty jokes and just dumb shit. Like I could watch a movie for that type of dumb shit. Like comedy is supposed to be an art form where you could be vulnerable, you can talk about real world issues, and you're in a safe space to say that.
Exactly.
And that's what he did during that performance. Yeah,
and he's already mastered the art of like bringing different cultures together and laughing at each other and learning from each other. Back in the early 2000s when he had the Chappelle show, now he's like mastered the art of actual like tension and like delivering messages that are uncomfortable and making people feel it. You know what I mean? And that's a powerful thing. Shit, man, this shit was lit, man. I watched it twice, man. I'm not gonna lie, I watched it twice. I was just on playing. I think I beat Red Dead, and I was like, oh, that was good. Let me watch a little YouTube. It was around 1, 2 in the morning, maybe 3. Like, what the hell?
The hell are you doing up so late, Casey?
It's like Dave Chappelle got a special on YouTube. What the hell is this? I didn't even look at the name. I just Dave Chappelle new special.
Clicked.
Half an hour, clicked it. Like, this is a real whole special. Because he had like little 10-minute bites on there of like why he left and went to Africa, little specials that he did that he put on YouTube. And that was a new one. I was like, all right, let me click this, check this out. I was about to go to bed, but all right. And man, I was not expecting that. And I was so happy of what it was.
It was raw, it was emotional, and it was to the point.
Yeah,
I think it was 27 minutes actually to be exact.
Yeah, it was under half an hour.
And it was to the point. It got everything across. I felt like some of the Candace Owens jokes he fumbled a little bit.
Yeah,
because I think it was just raw emotion. It wasn't something like he planned and he wrote out.
Exactly.
He just put, she got steak pussy. Like,
it was like, she is a C word. It's like, what the?
He's like,
trying to be clean for YouTube.
He's like, I'll let you know if I find out. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, that was a little stumbling, but the way he wrapped everything with the guy calling for his mom and then his dad calling for his grandmother and his grandmother being a slave, and that whole thing was masterful. That was masterful, man.
Like he's letting people know that slavery wasn't that long ago, that segregation wasn't that long ago. Like,
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
My one gripe with this whole thing was the man's shirt. It was too tight. It was too tight. Like when he came out at first, I was like, man, you could see through it. It was a little too tight.
He's showing off. His wife was in the audience.
He's been working out.
He's working out. He's trying to show the muscle off, man.
He needs to upgrade the shirt size. Come on, step it up. You're getting bigger. You're getting bigger.
He's in Ohio. Maybe the only baby gap they have available over there.
I was like, he looked like a wizard of some sort. You know, like he had the track pants and the black shirt, the chain. Like,
at least he wasn't wearing the janitor uniform he usually wears. He usually
I kind of like
a
that one. That one looks like he's clocking in to kill it. You know, like he's going in to do like he's like
the
an
mechanic.
athlete, you know what I mean?
The mechanic
like
outfit he'll wear. Nah, man, I'm not a fan of the whole mechanic outfit.
It's like his athletic shit when he's about to dunk on people, you know. So I don't know. I don't mind it.
That's his Jordans.
Yeah, that's his J's right there.
That's his J's. The mechanic overalls.
Yeah.
And the cigarette.
Little C on it with the C.
With the C
cigarettes.
And the cigarette.
Exactly.
Dave's here not to play games. Oh, did he have a cigarette during the special?
Yeah, he had enough cigarettes. He had so many cigarettes. He didn't even smoke some. He just put it in his mouth, thought for a second. He's like, 8 minutes! He just dashed it on the ground. Hey, he was drinking his red cup. I think he finished his drink and he was still taking sips. Like, he was like so pissed. Like, he wanted that theatric space of like to breathe and think, let people register what he's saying. So he's like taking a sip. And like, if you look at it again, he like looks at the crowd while he's taking a sip, like, you motherfuckers heard me. And then he's like, boom, 8 minutes. You know what I mean? So
to change gears just a little bit, this kind of goes coincides with this. Right now, what we're seeing in America is a lot of cops resigning. Are you guys seeing that in Canada as well?
Absolutely, yeah. And we're seeing a lot of people are being called out. A lot of videos are coming out. A lot of things from the past that people didn't want to put out are putting them out now. A lot of people who work security at these jobs at hospitals are putting them out. Had an elderly couple from 2018 who got like the okay to leave the hospital. They're walking out the hospital and some a woman followed them like, where are you going? Where are you going? And then the police ran up on them like, what are you doing? Where are you going? You're doing something wrong. And they tackled this elderly black couple, beat them up, muscled them up bad, and then like headlocked the guy and broke up a bone or two on him and mashed up his face. And yeah, that whole thing came out on video now. People are putting the security guards are just like, fuck it, put it out.
Isn't this a perfect opportunity for like black people to take these jobs? There's job openings.
Yo,
that's what I'm thinking. I was like, yo, let's take these jobs.
That's a theory I've had for a very long time, but not a lot of people like that theory. But it's like, we gotta be like the Blob and just take over all this stuff, man. Like, if a whole bunch of people become police and take it over from the bottom to the top, it'd be hard for anything to, you know, that's the one strategy of change. You don't have to. Because
the conversation that we're having in America right now is defunding the police, which scares people because they hear the word defunding. But the truth, that's a different. The truth to that is basically reallocating that money. So they get like what, $3 billion or whatever, and so instead of that full $3 billion going to the police, it'll go to other programs like mental health, after school programs, schools. Because the cops right now, they're asking for, like, let's say there's a cat stuck in the tree and you call the cops. They don't want to do that shit. So allocate that money to somebody in the community to take care of like little petty stuff like that. So the cops can only handle like the real issues that they need to handle.
But also allocate the money that goes towards suspension or time off when they do something wrong, because that just makes them be like, okay, guys are popping people and they get off free vacation time plus more money. Fuck it, they don't see no punishment in that. So take that money away when you do something wrong, you're fired, you know, or you're charged, and put that towards proper training or mental health or these other things that more educated people than me can figure out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like their pension, I heard like it's based off their last year of pay. So what a lot of cops will do is like their last year do a ton of overtime. Yeah. And then when they leave, they're leaving making like 100 or whatever thousand, and they get that for the rest of their life because that's what they made that last year because they worked themselves to death that last year. So part of that will go with the defunding.
Yeah, a lot of these police need to speak up and not be the victim like that New York mayor, police, or whatever the hell he was talking about, but actually speak up and be like, you know what's happening here is wrong. And
let's not punish the cops that speak up, because that's
exactly. Yeah, because they're scared probably too to speak up.
They are, because they're getting fired.
Cops don't go through stuff, you know. I'm saying racism is in every job and everything. So like I'm saying, speak up and everybody create your groups of people, like, and then be like, boom, we're not tolerating this in this division, and here, boom, we're putting this up. You know what I'm saying? And just try to knock it out like that. All facets of angles and strategy is welcome to me, I think.
Two great movies to watch during this time right now are Black Klansman and Black and Blue.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch Black Klansman again. Yeah, that
Black Klansman it hit close to the heart, and I watched that shit over.
Yeah, it's ahead of it.
Like,
that
damn.
was definitely great.
Segue.
What we got next?
Spike Lee joint, The Five Bloods. That's such a weird name, though. I thought it was gonna be some gang shit before they released the trailer. I was like, oh shit, we about to hit the streets in this movie. Nope, yeah. We about to hit Vietnam and deal with PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me pull up the cast. Before we start going into this review, can you still see me?
Yeah, I see you. I can hear you. I see you. I hear you. So yeah, this came out June 12th, 2020. Just dropped. Spike Lee directed. And man, this movie had so much stuff in it. Right at the beginning, I had to rewind it. Because I was like, what the hell? When did that happen? Who is that? You know what I mean? A lot of it I knew, but then when it had the things they actually broke down from Nam, with the people getting taken advantage of the way they were getting also taken advantage, I had to rewind it and see, oh, who was that guy who all the kids were hugging? You know what I mean? Like, I had to see that was their, like, call it like their president, prime minister, you know what I mean? That was their leader at that time. I had to do a little research. This was like this thing was like a school lesson.
It is, man. Like, Spike Lee's so heavy-handed with his social messages, and like, you have to stop. You're like, what the hell was this message mean? You got to go back and look it up.
I had to look it up. I had to look over a couple of things happily. I was like, holy shit. But it had some things that were so heavy-handed. I was like, all right, like they were like saying something. They're like, yeah, man, just like this guy. You know, this guy. And it's like, it's like too on the nose with the lesson, but it's all welcome, you know what I mean? But just some points, it was like, what? Oh man, I didn't even know that was the first, like, guy who died in the war in the Boston thing against England was black, native. You know what I mean? I had no idea. But in the movie, they're like, boom, this, like, yeah, him. Or what I thought was dope when they're like, this guy's a real hero. He jumped on a bomb. And I think they're like, man, I'd never do that. And, like, in the conversation at the bar, the little parts like that was dope. And
foreshadowing.
It was hard. Yeah, that's why I was, like, saying that. Like, yeah, those parts had some beautiful parts in this movie. Had some parts in the movie also where I was like, oh, man, this feels like a TV show.
Yeah.
But then it also had some parts that were so beautiful and done so well that I was like, holy shit. But then it had those parts where it was like, man, this is very predictable what's going to happen to this guy right now.
Yeah.
He's backing up a little too much.
I felt like, things were inconsistent in the film. But the one thing I'll say, one person that was a true standout was Delroy Lindo. I think this is one of his best performances I've seen him do
I have years. I know who you're talking about already. The dad?
Yes. Yeah.
Bald, right?
The bald guy, that's Delroy. Yeah,
he smoked this movie. I thought the chemistry was great with all of them. At first, it was a little wonky, but then it was like, they weren't acting. They were just being themselves, acting like friends, and they pulled it off. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't feel like any of the actors were really acting.
Yeah, I think it was just like genuine conversations that they were having. Well, Delroy was acting. He was playing an NRA, like.
Yeah, no. He was acting. He was definitely given a position in this movie where he had to be a different type of person. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm saying when they were all having the conversations and actually just, like, joking on each other, cutting each other off in conversation, be like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, that felt real. Like, they were doing such a good job with their chemistry. I was like, these guys aren't even acting. They probably just got the camera rolling and they're just cracking on each other right now.
Yeah, I appreciate that in films when they talk over one another. Yeah, the conversation feels more authentic. It's not like, let me finish my lines. Now you say your lines, then I say my lines.
Yeah, it didn't feel like I need my monologue now. You know, and everybody kind of silences out in the background. Yeah.
Let's talk about Delroy Lindo's eyes. Like the way he'll portray that character, like he saw some shit, he'll just stop.
Yeah, there'll be moments where he's like,
I'm like, oh shit, somebody about to die. Like he's getting he's getting flashbacks right now.
He would just look into the floor and he'd be looking at the constellation. Like he'd be like, yeah, man, you better stop right there, man. You stop selling me them chickens, boy. Stop selling me them chickens. You know what I'm saying?
I felt his pain that scene because I was getting pissed off too. I was like, stop trying to sell that man them damn chickens. Maybe he's on a vegan diet.
I was getting confused. I was like, okay, is he trying to be like, nigga love chicken? Let me give him the chicken.
Like, you know, I have watermelon.
Offensive. Like, you want bigger one? You like big ones? Oh, you like big ones? I was like, this is getting kind of offensive. But his character was definitely like through and through above and beyond everybody else's character. I was waiting for a specific shit.
I got it. We got it. We got
it. I was like waiting for it though. I was waiting. I'm like, wow, they're not going to do it. And then, oh, they did it. But you got to wait to see when they do it in the movie. But I enjoyed the movie. It's not perfect. It's not as good as Black Klansman.
No.
But this is definitely a good movie. It's a good lesson, man.
Yo, what's going on with Chadwick Boseman, man? He looks sickly as hell in this movie.
yeah, he looked mad skinny. I don't know, man.
That's like the strength of the Black Panther has left him.
He was one person in this movie that didn't really, like, he worked, but he didn't fit. Like, he felt like he was acting. The other guys felt like they were just there, and I liked the strategy that they used, like, without putting the 3D, shitty-looking...
What, de-aging?
Yo, y'all are in there. Just... You know what I'm saying? I like that they didn't put that 3D fake stuff on them. They were just like, okay, we know you guys are old, but we're still gonna put you in the scene and make it look like the 60s or the 70s with the standard definition square. You know what I'm saying? I appreciated that they just said, okay, you actors just go do your thing. We're not gonna put
that shit took me out the film though, because I'm seeing this big gut 50-something-year-old guy beside, you know, young Chadwick Boseman. They're like, we're all the same age, bro. And the guy's like, yeah, it's like watching like an undercover cop at a high school trying to talk to teenagers.
Yeah, but at first it made me laugh. I was like, this is some stupidness. But when I thought about it, I'm like, I prefer, this is a better strategy than putting the fake shit on them, because that fake shit doesn't work. Like, at the end of the movie, we would show that picture of them all with the fake shit. I was like, that didn't look good at all. You know what I'm saying? But when it actually had them with the guns and they're old with the gun on the guy's belly, I was like, it's more funny than it is actually like...
Just hire young actors to play them while they're young.
I guess, but it wouldn't be as powerful as when those things, the moves, the heartbreaking moments happened.
They had the budgets of Netflix.
Nah, man, but did it work? Did it work when the things happened?
For me, every scene with their old asses rolling in the dirt with the...
Don't worry.
The shit took me out. Like, I would giggle. I was like, you know damn well your hip's gonna hurt after doing that.
Yeah, it had those parts though, but I don't know. I thought about it from what would I rather, this or that? And
I would have rather they hired some young actors who are hungry for work.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, you're gonna play young Delroy. You're gonna
Make
play.
His son play young Delroy.
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah, they. Speaking of Spike Lee and his directing style, he did a lot of tricks. He showed a lot of the Spike Lee tricks that he usually does with the different camera angles in one conversation behind the table. He did the classic like rail, like it's going straight into the camera with two people, with everything fading out in the background. He did a lot of cool stuff. Did a lot of Apocalypse Now. Like things in there. I haven't seen Apocalypse Now since I was really young. So the music stood out, that part when they're entering the combat zone that they used to be in with the music playing when they were on the boat. That was definitely Apocalypse Now. I found that there was a linear thing in this, a deeper, you know, I got my third eye open, so I see things, right? There is a bigger battle going on that they spoke about a little bit, but the real war isn't really like...
The war's racism.
It's bigger than that though. It's like how it showed Apocalypse Now, and then it showed the DJ with the Budweiser symbol. Like, and then they even said it, they're like, oh man, all we had to do was send McDonald's and Budweiser here, we would have took y'all out in a week. You know what I mean? It's like the bigger war is like that, the rich conglomerate companies capitalism that are brainwashing every culture, no matter who you are, rich, black, white, poor, white, don't matter. Like, you're getting brainwashed by capitalism, and it's defeating everybody across the board if you're unaware of that. So like, I like that there's a deeper story in there that is not really like in your face, but the stuff that we're going through right now is in your face. I feel like he wrote this movie, sorry to cut you off before.
No, go ahead.
This movie is very like right now, it's parallel to right now, but I feel like he wrote this underestimating our generation and the younger generation. Like, it had a moment when they were singing the Marvin Gaye song and they're like, come on, and they're walking, and it didn't really sound right because they were tired. They're like tired old men, tired of this fight, tired of doing this. You know what I mean? Like, and they're still singing "What's Happening, Brother," and they're like exhausted now. You know what I mean? Like, they're not singing it with that same energy that they had when they're younger. And I think they're like saying like, we're exhausted. What are you guys gonna do about this? You're the next generation. And it's like, look what we're doing. We're
right
we ain't doing this. We're not tolerating that shit. You know what I mean? So I thought, while it's contemporary to what's happening right now, he underestimated us in a sort of way, not disrespectfully, but just he was trying to put this out as a lesson to us.
He's trying to wake us up.
Yeah, not aware that we're woke. We don't sleep on Twitter and Instagram. We up at night looking. We are sending each other stuff. You know what I mean? So
we're up at 2:00 playing Red Dead Redemption.
Exactly. Waiting for Dave Chappelle to drop truth.
Let me jump in here. So yeah, as you said, it borrows heavily from 1979's Apocalypse Now, and it also borrows heavily from the Treasure of the Sierra Madre from
I never seen that, but I heard
it's on HBO Max if you want to check it out.
I'm in Canada, bro. Ski mask.
Oh, you guys don't have
ski mask, baby.
So I felt like this movie's two films. In the beginning, you have like the war Vietnam vet film, and then the second half, it's the treasure. I like to call it treasure and treachery. That was going on in the second half of the film. You have people getting paranoid, turning on one another,
which is great.
A lot of moments that are foreshadowed, and other moments where you see what's coming, like somebody walking, and you're like, oh, this ain't going to end well.
After they just foreshadowed something so specific, why did they do that? Whoa, yeah, that's why. Here we go. Because I watched the Anthony Bourdain, like one of his episodes a long time ago in Vietnam, and they were talking about the mines and stuff like that, and how it's just everywhere, especially in those areas like the Amazon looking areas and stuff like that. I'm like, you're telling me they're walking all this way and they didn't go into anything? Oh, okay. So then they started talking about it. I'm like, all right, I see where they're gonna use some of their budget.
Explosion. I like you said, I enjoyed the isolated vocals that they would add of like Marvin Gaye during certain moments. I thought that was dope. Camera angles are good. I actually liked the camera work he did at the end credits more than during the movie. Those end credit cameras, different shots that he took, I was like, that was dope.
Like picture shots?
Yeah, he had some like dope, like if you watch the credits again, he has some dope camera angles in there. I was like, shit, he should incorporate some of that into the film.
I think that was a cinematographer who did that, the photographer, like with the cow, that stuff.
It was some of the stuff at the end where they showed like the temple, and then they showed like it was a bird's eye view. It was I think it was called the God view. Is that the frame that you use when you're doing from the top down?
Yeah,
he did that for
cinematographer.
The yeah, he did a dope job.
His name is Newton Thomas Siegel. He did that.
Yeah, he has.
I remember his name was at the end credits. His name popped up like cinematography. Like, make sure you know this is me who did this. You know what I mean? Like, right after Spike Lee, because I remember seeing the picture of the cow with the guy, and I was like, oh, that looks dope. And then it shows cinematography in big letters, like. So
he reuses a lot of actors from BlacKkKlansman. He uses the fat racist dude.
Yeah, he was the idiot. Yeah, he was the idiot. I remember him now.
He was in there.
Yeah, you're right.
And then the other racist guy, I think his name, I forgot his name in the BlacKkKlansman, but he was one of the tourists in this film. It didn't end well for him. I'll put it that way. I was like, look at it. It looks like Spike has a crew of go-to actors he has now that he uses now. So
that's good.
That's pretty dope. So
I felt like the movie, even though it was a little on the long side, I think it was 2.5 hours.
I thought 30 minutes could have been trimmed from it.
Yeah, I felt it was a little long. Like, it had some parts where it was like, okay, we get it. But then, even though they came to a closure with it, I was like, all right, this didn't even have to happen, but we'll get in spoilers with that.
I think the ending was heavy-handed too. This is a slight spoiler, but I'm just like, money's going to Black Lives Matter. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, the hell it is.
I was like, come on, bro.
I thought it was gonna show the check for $2 million, and he'd be like, we just got money. We just got $250,000. You know what I mean? Like, the check clearly said $2 million. He said $250,000. You know, like, I think I'll pull something like that. But it was a little.
That was heavy-handed like hell.
That's what I mean by he underestimated us. You know what I mean? In not disrespectfully, but just in a slight way. But yeah, no, that was dope. It was a nice little message for that character's, What do you think all in all?
It's free. It's a little long runtime wise, a little heavy handed with the message, but overall I think it's an enjoyable film, and I'm giving it a 7.
Yeah, I give it a solid 7.5. I would say if you can't take watching the whole movie, from when dude says shit, just turn it off from there and then start it again later, and then it'll feel like 2 different movies.
That's what I did.
A full enjoyment out of both, because I watched the whole thing and I was like, damn, I could have started it from here to get to the shits. You know what I mean? But if you want all the foreshadowing and all the, little story building, the character development, watch the first half and then take a break.
And wait for a Delroy Lindo to just blank out and just.
Yeah. I think that was from Apocalypse Now too, when he had the monologue like that. I think that same thing.
He'll just start staring into people's soul.
Yeah.
You ain't no son of mine. And listen, how his son find the one white woman in Vietnam?
Yeah, I was like, he stumbled down the bar.
He's like, Becky? He's just sniffing out. He's like, is that white woman
that
smell?
Pantene, I can smell that Pantene shampoo.
He's like, oh my God, is there a white woman in here?
Yeah. Is that Irish Spring soap I smell?
I must jump on that.
Like, there's no Canteen butter in here. None whatsoever.
And
Irish Spring, though. Irish Spring is over there.
Irish Spring. And one last person I want to shout out, the radio, the Vietnam radio lady. She was dope.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing, because I believe that really happened too.
Yeah, that was a real person.
That was heartbreaking, man. That's such a conundrum to be in.
Yep.
So let's get into sport. I definitely recommend checking this out. Like I said, take it in breaks. It's on Netflix. You're already paying for it. Check it out. And
you ain't paying for.
Well, you're paying your monthly. You're paying their monthly.
You're already boring your dad's account, so go ahead and watch.
Oh yeah, that's true. People be sharing accounts, huh?
You're already on your parents' account. So
you ski masking bastards. You. Yeah, check it out, man. It's definitely worth watching.
All right, let's talk spoilers, man.
Let's get into spoilers.
Delroy, man, they shot his ass up like Scarface. He's like,
make
America great.
Wanted that. Yeah. What hurt me was the dude took the hat. He took off his hat.
He hit him in the head, but he's like, is that great enough for you?
It's like, damn.
It's like, damn, boy.
Yeah, he had a hell of a monologue, though. That monologue was great. I feel like it was directly from Apocalypse Now for some reason, but it was great. I gotta watch Apocalypse Now again.
Was he done for once that snake bit him?
Yeah. You didn't see when he had the seizure when he fell down the thing?
I just thought he had diabetes.
Nah, man. That snake bit him. I think like the whole monologue of him cutting the bushes with the cutlass was in his head. That's why he saw dude after. I think that was all in his head. And then they saw him lying there looking all shook, and they started telling him to dig a hole. Go over there, dig a hole.
Oh. See, in my version of the film, he's diabetic and his sugar got low because he eats a lot of junk food because he's a Trump supporter, and he probably eats a lot of McDonald's. His sugar was low.
Wrong trip.
He went on the wrong trip. His sugar was low. He's fucking up.
Can't be going on trips like that, diabetic. You better go on a resort
and
or something.
He didn't have his insulin.
That's what I'm saying. He's getting that. He's got to be like far. He's far from that.
It was hot. It was hot out there.
Hell hot. That place looked hot as hell.
And then his son, I don't really understand. Like, his son just came there to keep tabs on his dad, but he don't really like his dad.
That's all he's got. Well, his son is really all he has. He's disconnected from anybody else in society, so he's worried about his dad, I guess. How he flew out there and knew exactly where he was from just reading a couple of texts. Like, I don't know. Why they weren't on the same plane?
That red hat had a tracking device.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. That was interesting, though, that he's a Trump supporter, being in the war 3 times. It was just kind of weird. That was a weird choice that Spike Lee chose to put in this. What do you think
different.
of that?
I thought it was different. There's people out there like that. Like, there's like that black sheriff that thinks like that. He's like, oh, you pull yourself by your bootstraps and blah, 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 and you got your guns.
Yeah.
You work hard, you're gonna, cops will leave you alone if you don't do illegal stuff. People that say shit like that.
Yeah, they're lost in the sauce.
Lost in that Fox News sauce.
It is good to have that dialogue, though, in this type of movie because it challenges your thoughts.
Yeah.
But Yeah, no, the characters are good. Dude from The Wire was good. I don't got the names laid out right here, but
who's the guy with the cowboy hat? Because he didn't do shit except blow up.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing. I got it. Let me get my IMDb going.
I got it pulled up too. I was just like, yo, they got you in this movie just to hold a gold brick moon. He did a moonwalk pretty much into a land.
From when I met him, I was like, yeah, he's dying first. I don't even know who this guy is. Spike Lee's fucking cousin or some shit.
He moonwalked into a landmine. How you gonna just walk backwards in the Vietnam woods that you know are full of landmines with a gold brick in your hand?
And when he was holding the gold brick in the air, like, this is it. This is mine. I was like, okay.
I thought he was gonna get shot in the face or something. I was like, somebody gonna shoot him from the back, or he's gonna explode. It was foreshadowing something bad that happened.
Exactly. Norm Lewis, Eddie. Yeah, man.
That's Spike Lee's drinking buddy, man.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see what else Norm has done in his life.
Not a damn thing. Spike's like, yo, I got you, fam. I got you. He's like,
he's done a couple. He was Sex in the City Part 2, Stand By Me, Winter's Dale. I miss Arabra. He's done a couple of things. He's a theater actor, I guess.
All right. Well, Spike was trying to hook his homie up. He's like, I ain't gonna give you much to do. But you gonna be there, you know.
You got about 5 scenes of talking. You're just chilling in the background for the rest. But
he's like the tagline is, "We don't die, we multiply." You show he's dying.
Yeah. Oh, he died.
That tagline was stupid as shit.
His body parts was everywhere.
That was a dumb tagline because like they didn't multiply. They literally just died.
Yeah, they died.
They had one person step up to be one, which was the son.
It would have made better sense if they like stood for the Black Lives Matter movement. If they showed that they stood for that in a better way, and then they died doing the movement, and then it showed the multiplication by getting the money to the Black Lives Movement party. You know what I'm saying? Like some sort of thing like that. But they just died. Like
they just died. Ain't no multiplying, bro.
They blew up by accident most of the time.
Now, did his son end up with that French woman?
Who cares? That was a waste of storyline.
That was a waste of, like, I was like, what are they doing with this storyline? Because she ended up taking the money and she like put it towards like clearing out the forest.
But she was a multi-billionaire anyways. Like she was colonizing that area and trying to pay for her forgiveness of her family doing that shit by going around getting people to get the bombs out because she wasn't doing it.
So
she was
getting that white guy. Got her pregnant. Then he should have secured the bag. Then
I guess so, because she wasn't. I didn't see her get the bomb out. Remember when he stepped on it? She wasn't like, "This is what you do. Don't worry, I got you." Put a little clamp on it and then just throw it.
Would that work though? That tying that string around you and somebody?
Nah, he would. I'm my uneducated in warfare self would say no. I have no idea.
They're gonna put that in the next Call of Duty. I'm waiting.
Ain't no tug of war tugging someone hard enough to pull them off of a bomb. Superman would have to rip you in half to try to pull you hard enough.
And then when the guy jumped on the bomb, I'm just like, you should just let it blow up. That person was far enough that they wouldn't have got hit with shrapnel.
Yeah, that was great foreshadowing, but it was so cheap. Like they just had to get rid of him. They're like, how are we gonna get rid of him? Oh yeah, he said he would never jump on the bomb. Let's make him jump on the bomb. You know what? Because he's like,
what would have been good if he saw the bomb and he said, "Fuck that," and then like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That would.
If he was like, "Fuck it," or shit.
Oh, shit.
Did no.
Not me.
But not him. There was nobody around the bomb. Like he could just be like, "Get back."
Because the other person was far enough where like maybe some dirt would have hit them.
It's not like he threw the bomb into the little temple that they were in. That would have been more explainable. If he threw it where the temple was, and he's like, "Oh shit, he's gonna kill my nephew, this white girl." You know what I mean? Like, then he jumps on the bomb. That would make it more explainable. Bomb was out in the in the field. Like, kick the shit. You know what I mean? Walk away.
Lose a toe or something, a foot. He lost his whole life.
Yeah. Oh man.
And they had that French actor just to be villainous, man.
Yeah.
From the genre, he's just like.
One of my big real gripes of this movie is, okay, you're telling me you're gonna call your ex-ting who was a prostitute, tell her you're gonna get gold, so find somebody to get the gold sold to them so you could spend it. Before you even go get the gold, like go get the thing, hide the thing, and then say,
tell her.
I might need somebody to be able to get rid of this. I could give you I have 2 bricks. You're gonna tell them you have $50 million and I didn't get it yet, but I'm going there to get it. Going where? There. You know what I mean? Like this area. You get what I'm saying?
So he has a daughter there that he don't take care of?
He didn't even know about her. They just put that in there as an extra.
He's like, Daddy's home. Daddy's leaving.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They could have cut all that out. She wasn't even a good actor.
That was so dumb. Hi. Bye.
Bye.
Back to America.
That was a good 20 minutes they could have cut out of the damn film.
He's like, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'll see you later.
All in one sentence.
You damn deadbeat.
Yeah, he didn't even give her a break.
He's like, you got all this gold. He's like, I got gold. I don't know about these things. Shit, I just met you.
The one dad is fighting for, Paul is fighting for his son to be able to have a share of the thing. He's like, my son get an even share. This guy didn't even bring up his daughter. Like, I got a daughter. He didn't bring her up once. He's like, yeah, I got a daughter. She, like he didn't say nothing about her.
So that woman he got pregnant, was that the radio lady or was that just the prostitute?
That was just a prostitute.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was lying too. I thought she was just like, yeah, that's your daughter. Let me see what I can get out of this guy, man.
Could be, could just be some random black guy's daughter.
Hey, man, it was man. We were partying back then, and like in those areas of the military bases. He wasn't the only black guy.
Condoms were optional back then.
Were condoms even a thing back then in the 70s?
Oh, man.
They didn't come out till the 80s. I
Pull
don't
out,
think.
just the pull-out method. Man.
Yeah. She could have been anybody's daughter. That prostitute was just like, yeah, it is yours.
She's like, he black, you black.
Yeah.
Your daughter.
You should hear what they said about her and make him feel bad and shit. Nah, she was tricking. She didn't fool me for a second. They could have cut that whole thing out.
Yeah, that wasn't needed story. Like,
just had the French
I'm
guy be bad guy.
Is he gonna live there now and have a family with like?
Nah, man.
He gone back to America.
His return flight. He pushed his return flight up.
He's like, shit, gotta leave now.
I was surprised he went and said bye. Damn, man. Yeah.
He's not that bad of a deadbeat. He's at least he's like, I'm gonna say bye to you, never talk to you again.
He's got dance moves though. When they walked in the dance club and they're walking through that little cheesy ass scene.
When he doing the funky chicken?
He's doing like the funky chicken or some shit. I was like, okay, old man, all right. Then they went to a bar and sat down. I was like, what the hell was that? Why did they even have that scene like that?
That was the most action that guy with the cowboy hat got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That and hold that gold brick and die.
Yeah, that's why I give it the mid-7s for sure. This movie was good. It had a lot of lessons to it though, but it was good. What other characters stood out? The son, I'd never seen him in anything before.
He was in the indie film. I think it was like The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
It got a lot of critical acclaim for that, so that should be one to check out.
Let me see this here.
The French woman. I'm not familiar with her.
Yeah, nah.
She was in Babylon AD with Vin Diesel.
Oh Lord.
So
get your checks. Get your check, girl. Get your checks.
So that's like one of her big films was that.
Okay. Yeah, I never heard of Babylon AD. Yeah, she got a couple of things on Zero Theorem. Never heard of it. I'm sure she'll blow up soon enough.
Good for Spike, man. It looks like he got some bargain bin actors.
Yeah, some hungry actors.
Yeah,
there's a lot of actor. Man. Might as well, instead of sticking with the same people over and over and over that are
exactly
entitled actors out here, might as well get some new fresh blood out there.
Every minute they're like, just put John Boyega in there.
Yeah, nah, it's like he's a good actor and everything, but there's a lot of other talented people out there, I'm sure.
They threw Chadwick Boseman black ass in there. He's in everything.
He didn't really fit to me though. He felt kind of awkward in this movie. The only had the good part was when he got popped by accident. Other than that,
was dumb. Like, was it friendly fire?
Dude panicked. I guess it happens. I can see that happening.
That's the worst way. I'd be so mad. I was like, bro, really?
I've been in fights with my friends where my friends actually punching the wrong person, so I can see like where my friends kicking or hitting somebody and it's hitting one of our boys too. It's like, yo, you hit the wrong guy. You know what I mean?
But like, let's go back to the slogan.
I could see someone panicking and shooting a machine gun and accidentally spraying somebody.
Okay, the slogan is "We don't die, we multiply." What happened to your leader? I accidentally shot him, but we don't die.
He couldn't even tell them that, man. Like, how many years? And he's trying to act like a leader. Come on, bro. That was crazy. When I saw that was what happened, that was heartbreaking.
That shit pissed me off. I was like, really?
Yeah,
That's like Robin accidentally killing Batman.
Yeah.
My bad, bruh.
I chuckled a little, but then I was like, man, really?
Like, you step on his cape or some shit and he falls and dies.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something much more heroic.
Because he looked at it and he's like, "Word, you shot me?" And then he's like, "It's all good, brother. I was like, no, real life, you would have been cussing.
Yeah.
You would have been cussing. All that brother shit went out the window.
The one thing I forgot to say in the non-spoiler thing I'll say here is the slang that they were using was all that jive turkey. All that real old man slang. They pulled that off. But like I thought Chadwick Boseman was gonna be cussing him some old school style. Like, you hit me just a little left of my belly button, you bitch ass. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I thought he was gonna hit him with some of that. But nah.
He went out like a respectable gentleman, man.
Chadwick was still in 2020 kind of to me. He didn't feel like he was really. He didn't have that. They had that whole old school style because they're really that. Chadwick was kind of acting it, and it felt like acting to me. You get what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't have like that Dolomite, like you jive, motherfucker, you hit me right.
Yeah,
like something like that. I was expecting like
he was like, "It's okay, boss. It's okay, brother.
My brother,
like,
my third eye is open, and so is my wound."
Yes, exactly.
Like, what are you talking about?
He kind of Wakanda vibe to him, you know, like he was still in that movie. So that's why I was like, I don't know. He feels like he's acting. Like,
anorexic Black Panther, man.
Yeah, he needs to.
He looks sick, man.
Someone throw a loaf of bread at him, man. He needs some carbs in his life. But man,
he was looking sick.
Yeah. Did he lose weight for this role?
I hope not.
Because remember, he did something a long time ago. He did something on Instagram when he said
he was looking sickly.
Some powerful message he said. He said something powerful, and everybody was like, your neck looks thinner than my ankle. You know, like
right, the sandwich.
Yeah, like people were just typing the most outlandish stuff under some powerful message he had to say. He's probably saying like cops are killing people out here in like 2012, and people are like, hey, you look anorexic. You know, like they were all caught up in some next. No, you need to listen to me. But yeah, what else you got to say about this movie, man?
What if somebody was trying to like warn us about aliens, but they look goofy, and we're all just clowning that person?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the generation we're living in right now.
Yeah, that was Chadwick, man.
They're like, nigga, look at your shoes. Aliens are coming right now. You got boogers coming out your nose, though.
Is that dust on your shirt? Do you know how to iron, bro? You're like,
dusty, bro.
Your lineup is off. You know, like they were saying the most. Yeah.
Yep. I think that's all I have. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's free. It's long. Break it up into different parts, man. If you have to
break it up into 2, an hour and 15 minutes. It's when that shit hits, the shit. Take a pause, then come back and enjoy the rest.
Since we still have a little bit extra time, what we're gonna talk about next episode. I watched the King of Staten Island. You gonna check that out?
I'm gonna check that out probably tonight. Yeah.
Okay. I've been watching Stargirl. I'm not sure if you're going to check that out. But
I have such, like
2 episodes, man. Give me 2.
Okay, Arrow was good. Flash season 1 was good. But then what they do to these shows like Black Lightning, man, it just breaks my heart. They give you 1 or 2
good ones, and then it gets silly.
Is good. Yeah, it's like it's hard for me to invest in a show and I know what they're going to do. They're going to be like, oh, you like her, huh? Well, look what we do to her.
Silly shit.
It's like, I don't know. It's like a cuck shit, man.
My thing is, since it's like DC Universe that made it, it doesn't have that CW bullshit. It doesn't have the love triangle.
So it's not on CW?
It shows on CW, but it was a DC Universe show that CW just picked up. So it still has the DC Universe budget.
Yeah.
And DC Universe caliber actors. Like it has Owen Wilson that has his brother.
Yeah. I saw a little trailer where he's in a machine.
Yeah,
he's
Luke
talking
Wilson.
Normal in the machine, but then outside he's like, you need to come with me or some shit.
Yeah, so they have good. They have good caliber actors, and the story's good. She's like recruiting members of the JSA because her dad was Starman and he passed away, and she's trying to like take over the mantle of Starman, Stargirl now. Okay. So she's going through the school and she's trying to recruit different people to be JSA members. So they got Wildcat so far, and they're trying to recruit other people because the villain force or whatever that they're going after. It's a lot of old school, like 1960 golden age.
They're really, really looking through the bins in DC. Like, what can we pull out?
It's some golden age villains in this, which I appreciate.
Watch us pull up the comic books and actually go back and read these original comics. It's flaming racism in there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And sexism.
There's gonna be some shit DC does not want us to go read.
Because like the guy that created Wonder Woman, he was into like bondage and stuff, and like every comic like somebody would like tie her up and be like, "I got you tied up, bitch," and you're just like, "Why?" Like, ugh, like, what does that have to do with the story? They're like always like overly sexualizing her. She'll be trying to save somebody, and then the bad guy be like, "I'm gonna tie your ass up now."
Yeah, like the 80s and 90s comic books were bad enough with the whole over-the-top breast and the waist was like this thick. You know what I mean? This thin waist on a woman, breasts are big, hair is big. They don't really do nothing but just stand around with some shitty powers, you know, disrespecting. But back then, I'm sure,
man, they were so disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm sure it was even worse because nobody was really watching comics like they are now, like with the fine tooth and stuff like that, you know.
Wonder Woman was like a secretary, like she even could have like a main job. They're like, "Nah, you better answer the phone."
Yeah,
and you're gonna get tied up. Every issue tied up for no reason. Every issue she was hogtied.
Wildness.
Hogtied. Remember when R. Kelly got mad about that? Hogtied.
Hogtied.
How about the hogtied? Nobody.
Even though in his face he's looking like, I might have to figure that one out.
Yeah, hogtied sounds kind of good.
Yeah. I'm checking out F is for Family on Netflix. That's good. And Backy the Grappler is back with a new season on Netflix also. So I've been watching those.
Oh, Backy. Who's Muhammad Ali in there? Is there like Muhammad Ali Jr.?
Yeah, it's his son. Yeah.
Is it a black person?
Yeah. It's really Muhammad Ali, but they just made it his kid. But in the thing, Muhammad Ali is like world's greatest fighter of the 60s. And now I heard
they were beating them up and shit.
Nah, not yet. I haven't seen that yet.
I'm gonna stop watching, man.
His son is smoking people, but I know he's gonna get his ass kicked soon. Probably episode 8 or 9. I'm on episode maybe 5. So yeah, they're probably gonna mash him up just now.
How's that work? Do they have to pay the family for using the name or something like that?
I don't know, man.
Cut me a check.
They're probably bootlegging him like they bootleg J's, man. I don't know. You know, because they don't say Ali like A-L-I. It's like spelt different, like Ali.
That's some bullshit, man.
Yeah, it's some bullshit, man. It's some.
You know what else is bullshit? My son made me watch Batman and Robin. Trash movie with Mr. Freeze. So the movie's already trash. Now now the end credits are rolling. Guess what I hear?
What's that?
R. Kelly, Gotham City. Ooh, Gotham City.
I haven't heard that song. I don't even remember that song. I gotta go back and listen to that.
Yo, he was singing about like saving girls and stuff. I was like, Kels, you know you ain't supposed to be doing none of that. And I'm looking back now, I was like, yo, this song just makes me feel dirty, man.
Yeah.
And the whole song is like, I'm gonna save you, Gotham City.
Remember he had a song on Shaft called I'm a Bad Man. How do you get away with that?
All these years
he's telling us who he is.
He's been telling us who he was, man.
We're singing along. I've been torn through these streets, hustled in these streets. This cheesy ass song. And he's telling us what he's doing. People are like, he's killing it. He's a bad man. Yes, you are.
You are a rapist.
Yeah, man. Next week, what we got? So we're gonna do that.
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2.
Picking that up maybe tomorrow.
It's already downloaded.
I hate you. How big is it? That sounds so sexual, man.
I don't know, but girls love it. Girls don't complain. That's all I gotta say.
It gets the job done, baby.
You put that out there. That was like a big jab, and you just let me get that little. But
how big is it? Gotta see, find out, baby.
I don't know, man. You got no space. You could take it, but yeah, I'm excited for that. That'll be great. What's your thoughts on it so far? And then on the PS5, since if you got a little time, we can still talk about that stuff.
PS5 looks the stuff that they show looks good. The game, like console itself, looks ugly. Looks like a modem.
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like.
It's just big, bro. They compared it to like the old like Xbox thing. Big. It looks like it's gonna be heavy. Like you could beat somebody's ass.
It looks
with a
awkward.
PS5.
Like, people aren't gonna like what I'm gonna say, but the PS2 looked awkward too. The PS3 looked.
Remember how the GameCube was light and had the handle? You could just take it to your friend's house. You ain't taking PS5. You had a GameCube?
Nowhere. I never had the GameCube, but the PlayStation 1 was one of the best looking systems. Yeah. So the Super NES, PlayStation 1 are probably in my opinion, best two looking systems. After that, the PlayStation 2 looked awkward. Xbox looked ugly. Come on.
That shit was ugly as hell.
Xbox 2 looked okay, but it was when it first came out, it was like flimsy and cheap looking. It was dope that you could put the different cal things on it, like the decal and all that type of stuff. But it was kind of cheap and flimsy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought it would look flimsy. PS3 looked like a damn VCR. PS4 looked all right. That was probably the best looking system also. PS4 was clean.
The Pro, I think, was the cleanest looking. I have the Pro.
Yeah, the Pro's a little fat, a little chubby, a little chubster there.
Slim, boy. It got some girth on it. Got some girth.
But yeah, the PS4 looked nice. But yeah, this one, I ain't mad at it. I'm not gonna be looking at it anyways. I'm gonna be looking at the damn games.
I got put in my living room. My wife gonna yell at me. That big ass tin. Like, yep.
Look, man, we're the generation that had VCRs, all these other big things, big ass TVs. Like, come on. We put computers. Computers are bigger than that right now, so I ain't mad at it. I'm excited to see what Xbox comes with next because I want to get it. I want to get both, but I don't want to pay no money if it's trash.
I'm gonna get it like 3 years down the road. Yeah, not no time soon.
We're not trying to have no war on our Facebook, eh? I'm gonna say that right now if you're listening. But we got one guy on our Facebook who's a diehard Xbox fan for no reason.
Demetrius.
Yeah. Demetrius. We want both to do great. Like, he's dogging PlayStation like it's trash. And it's like he's like delusional to the fact.
Grown ass man trying to swing webs and shit, bro.
Yeah. Like, what is
just lame, bro.
Yeah. like, he done it so much. Like, I don't get it. He's like,
grown ass man.
Xbox is gonna come with. I'm like, those are all old games. Like, I want to agree with you, but every point you're bringing is trash.
But they got Halo Infinity though.
You can get 3,000 games day one. Yeah, they're all old games that you're not gonna play anyways that you can get right now. You know,
but they're gonna be, upscaled with 60 frames per second.
Fun all that, man. You can still have your same Xbox sitting there that you do the same thing with. Like,
I'm gonna be playing Grand Theft Auto 5 for the third time on the third console.
Yeah, but it's free for you because you have a PS4.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not like you gotta go buy it again.
You're right.
So that's pretty good. But okay, here's a theory that I had about the PS Home. Remember that?
Man, they ain't never coming back. Don't bring that shit back, man.
It doesn't need to. PlayStation realized that Grand Theft Auto 5 is the PlayStation Home that they've been dreaming of and trying to create this whole time.
I like where you're going.
Because, so they were probably like, okay, you know what? We'll put money into what you guys are doing to keep it afloat because you guys have been in the top 5 best-selling games since the end of the PlayStation 3 era and killed it through all of PlayStation 4. We're not going to bring back PlayStation Home and put money into that and let it flop. We'll give you 25% of what we would have to put into PlayStation Home, and you guys kill it with Grand Theft Auto 5. And you do whatever you want. You have your house, you have your trophies. You could get a car, you could thief a car. We could run different missions and do all this stuff. It's exactly what they were dreaming of with PlayStation Home, and they got it with
Red Dead 2's in the corner, 5. Like, what about me?
Yeah. I also got another theory about Rocksteady.
Rockstar
story. Sorry. They just with Rockstar. But I don't know if I should save this for another podcast. Okay, what do you think their next game is going to be? Because I think I figured it out.
I think it's going to be Grand Theft Auto 6.
After Grand Theft. I don't think Grand Theft's going to come out because of where we're at right now in society.
Okay, Bully.
Bully would be good.
Bully 2.
Bully would be good. I think
college. Have it in college this time.
I think what they're trying to do and make is something that they've been foreshadowing for a long time. They're going to do a medieval before the dark era, like before that, and the King Arthur stories and
like
the Knights
Dark
of the Seven.
Ages?
Yeah, before the Dark Ages, the Knights of the Round Table, all those stories, they're gonna put them into a game and a real world situation where they use Red Dead Redemption, like horses, all that stuff they created already, the trees, the forests, but make it in England and make it. This is like a dream game, I think, that the two Rockstar creators, the brothers who are from Britain, from England, are going to create next. That's going to be their next big game.
I can see Ubisoft doing that before.
I can see them trying, but I don't see them pulling it off the way that Grand Theft Auto Rockstar could do it. Especially with after beating Red Dead Redemption and The guy's name is Arthur. Why? Why does he look the way he looks? He looks different than everybody else. Everybody else kind of has that like
Because the
American
voice actor
look.
looks like that. I don't think.
No,
No.
he doesn't though. But he has like the short hair and it's like shaved. He looks more like a knight. Like, and his name's Arthur. Everybody's Bill, Jim, Lenny, you know, like all these American ass names. And then this guy has Arthur. And then while I'm playing the game, the son is a character's talking to the son. I don't know how far in the spoilers I want to get, but he's saying, "Oh, you still enjoying those outlaw books?" It's like, yeah, I'm getting kind of bored of those. I think I'm gonna get into King Arthur and the Round Table. And he's talking about that. And then there's things in the game where they're like foreshadowing that. Then I thought back and I like looked at like the history on YouTube of like Rockstar, and they've been like in music this whole time. And I think they're gonna do something. They're just trying to figure out how they could pull it off. But I think that's their biggest thing they want to do is a game about.
They could do it with the PS5
ages.
and the Xbox Series X.
Exactly. So I think that's the next big game, honestly, because they've been foreshadowing. Yeah, man, they've been foreshadowing it for so long. And when you look at things in the games, like the 3 guys from Grand Theft Auto, where you could pick who you want to be. Imagine you're gonna have one like that, but it's 5 characters.
Sir Lancelot, Arthur.
Or it's just a regular dude. Yeah, and it's just regular dudes. And those guys are in the world. And we think that these knights are these grand, great people, but really they're a bunch of motherfucking outlaws that are doing good or bad shit to survive. You know what I mean? And the what's that, the drink called, the goblet that they're going for? You know what I mean? Like all those stories. To think.
I'm thinking of Harry Potter for some reason. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
The Goblet of Fire. I don't know what.
But all these things, these are all stories that the Goblet of Fire took from. Harry Potter took like that. Yeah. That goblet is what I'm talking about. Is like a religious thing. They could put all that in there because while I was playing Red Dead, they put so much history. Like I found a meteor in a house, and then I Googled that, and that meteor actually happened in like.
Yeah, there's aliens in that game, and there's a vampire.
Yeah, that's dope. But I'm talking about with the meteor that hit, it's actually a real thing that happened with like Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla is a mission in the game. He's a real character in Red Dead Redemption. So like they really pay attention to real life history.
Sure do.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, okay, they are trying to make something for their culture, which is the most like the biggest game that they want to make. And they're developing it right now in the background, probably like, how can we make good music and put it in this game? What kind of folklore music could we put in this game that people would listen to? Because they pulled it off with Red Dead, with not having the radio top picks like Grand Theft Auto had. They had like old country music. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that top 20 music.
You know what I'm saying? I still get upset with that game because I feel like I couldn't live the full outlaw life. I couldn't be in brothels and fighting.
I agree.
Yeah.
But why? But then you'd think like, why would they do that? Right?
Yeah, because like he wasn't married or anything like that. Why couldn't I just be a sleazebag outlaw?
I think like they're saying a thing of their redemption because like Grand Theft Auto is a certain way where it's about materialism and chasing and getting money and shallowness and murdering and all this massacring. Then the other side is Red Dead Redemption, where the game creators want that balance of taking it slow and actually taking in the surroundings and learning these characters, side characters who have amazing stories, and actually raising the bar on that. And that's their redemption. I
want to be a greasy ass outlaw. That's what I paid $60 for.
See, no, go play Grand Theft Auto, man. This one
is not the same. There's no horses, man.
Take your time, man. This is more take your time, enjoy it. Like this is more like it's different. I don't know. I think the game creators are doing this on purpose. Like that's why you can't do those things. And that's why it's like so bad when you do something wrong in this game. Like it pissed me off at first. Cause I'm like, yo, I hopped on the wrong horse by accident. I didn't even know I was on the wrong horse. And it's gling, gling, wanted. And it's like, holy crap. Like you can't do nothing in this game. What's the point? They're doing that on purpose. Like they're doing that for a reason. You know what I mean? And they show the brutalness of the game. Like when you're just going from point A to B and they make you go a long distance on purpose. And then in between, you're getting caught with these people who are like, help me, I broke my ankle. And you go to help them and they actually need help. And then they tell you, oh, my husband's a piece of shit. This town has this store. And they're giving you the whole of what's going on. You could go back and rob that place if you want, or you don't need to. You know what I mean? Like the developers are really smart about what they're doing. I think it's a conscious decision to why they don't let you do the things that you would think you could do in Grand Theft Auto that they make you think you could do in this game. It's their redemption story.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Want to wrap this up?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a great topic.
Right. It was a good conversation, man. That concludes this episode of the Bacchanal Podcast.
Yeah, man.
See y'all next week. Peace.